we're live. Okay, hello everyone. This is an impromptu live because I am at the pizza school where I teach all the time. And I received in the last few days, it's a coincidence, a few questions about setting up an electric pizza oven, the one you have at home, F1 in particular, I think is very common. And since here at the school I got this beautiful piece of equipment that works very similarly to a F1 pizza oven or to many electric pizza ovens, I wanted to share just a couple of insights. Now, the idea is you start defining the baking temperature of your pizza. That could be 450 degrees Celsius if you are baking a Napolitan. If you are baking a New York style, for example, you go 100 degrees below that, probably like 350. I would bake at 320, 230 for the kind of New York style pizza dough I make. Let's pretend we are baking some New York style pizza, which I will do today, by the way, because I got a workshop going on here later, and it will revolve about New York pizza. But back to the topic, I want to give you a little insight on how I will fix. About how I will set up this oven. You can probably see the main display here, and notice I got two temperatures. Maybe I can come closer. I got two temperatures, the top and the bottom ones. The top, I already set it at 320 degrees because I know that I want to bake my New York style pizza at around 320 degrees. I never trust really this display because after I double check the temperature with my thermometer, I know the temperature is slightly higher, probably 330 degrees, which is okay for me. Now, you would be tempted to set the bottom temperature, the floor temperature, at 320 degrees as well. But this can lead to some problems because remember that the floor of the oven, the stone, let's call it, will receive the heat from the top element as well, which leads to an extra level of heating of the floor itself. So the idea would be for me to set the lower temperature at 280. I will do it live with you. 280, 181 in this case, doesn't really matter. And I need to be very careful when I bake the very first pizzas, the first 4 or 5 pizzas, and always double check the bottom of the pizzas to see how they are going, they are doing, so to speak, underneath. Because, the very first pizzas you bake, they are always a little bit risky, a risk of burning, of course. This is why you don't need to think about a fixed temperature. You need to adapt on the move. So in my case, 320 degrees for the top element, 280 for the bottom element. I check the pizzas, especially the first bake and especially underneath, and adjust accordingly just in case. If I see that my pizzas will bake a little bit too quickly underneath, then I will tone down a little bit the temperature of the floor. The other way around, if I see they are kind of late, then I will push it up a little bit. Now, although this is, of course, a professional piece of equipment, I can fit 6, 7 pizzas. I never push it to the 7th pizza, to be honest. I'm not sure if you can see how big it is inside. I mean, 6 pizzas are just perfect. I will leave like a virgin spot straight in the center to have an emergency very hot spot in case the oven struggles at some point. But I'm digressing here. The way this works is very similar to the way many purpose-built pizza oven works at home. Especially, I'm talking about the electric ones. I mentioned at the start of this video, I mentioned the F1, which is a good piece of equipment, although it's a little bit expensive. And it allows you to determine the top temperature and the bottom temperature differently. I would strongly recommend to work like this, like I just explained in this live. Push up the top element to the temperature you determine to be the right one for your style of pizza. And again, for my New York style pizza I'm making today, I will bake it at 320 to 230 degrees. And the bottom element, make sure is at a slightly lower temperature, just because it will receive the heat from the top element as well. And you can adjust accordingly later. Now, I have no idea how these live things work. If you have questions, if I see there is, I can't see really because I don't have my glasses. Sorry, guys. I don't know how many people they are watching right now. But if you have any question, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording, just pop your questions in a comment, and later on, after my very long day at the pizza school today, I will reply to all of them. Hopefully, I can clear up some uncertainties for you. So that's it for today. Thank you. See you next time. Ciao. And hopefully, how can I stop this?